Welcome to Easy Learning zed-Mathematics. In this video, I'm going to go through um, mathematics paper 2 that the students at St. Patrick's Girls Secondary School wrote. So this is the paper I'm going to go through. So I want you to watch this video up to the end as I'm going to solve all the questions in this paper. Okay, so without wasting your time, let's go to the actual questions. Now, um, I'm going to be I'm going to be answering questions. I'm not going to go through the instructions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going just to go straight to the questions. So we have got question one here, which is question 1A. So I'm not going to go through the instructions, and this paper this year for grade 9 is going to come with a provision where you're going to indicate your answer. So that means you're not going to get the answer booklet when you're solving this question or when you're writing mathematics exam. So what we're going to do is we're going to start. So to solve this one, what you need to do is first you need to write 6y minus 12 is equal to 8 8y minus 2. Okay, then what do you do now? Once you have written this, then what you need to do is you put like terms together. That means I'm going to have 6y here, then 8y will close the cosine and become minus 80y, which will be equal to then I'm going to have negative 2, then 12 will close the cosine and become positive 12, like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to evaluate these expressions. So let me start with the 6y minus 8y. So according to the laws of integers, according to the laws that we follow in integers, uh, whichever number is big, now let me say big, now let me put it in terms of quantity. Whichever item or term, sorry, whichever item or term has the bigger quantity, we'll get the sign of that. I know negative 8 is smaller than positive y, so we're just going to consider quantity. So negative 8y, that means there are 8 negative y's and there are 6 positive y's. So since negatives are many, we are going to say negative. We put the sign which is a negative. Now, since the signs are different, then we find the difference. So the difference of 6 and 8 is 2. So the answer there is negative 2y, which is equal to, then here, the number which is bigger or with a bigger quantity is 12. That means our answer will be a positive. Now, since our answer will be a positive, when writing a positive, you can either write a positive by adding a plus or just a number without any sign. Then it's a positive. So now we can say what is the difference of 12 and 2? That is 10. So we have positive 10. So negative 2 plus 12 will give us positive 10. So now what we do now here, we want to find the value of y. So we divide both sides by negative 2 and this side by negative 2. Then we say equal to. Then what is the answer when we divide negative 2y by negative 2? So it's more or less like we just cancel negative 2's, and what we remain with y, which will be equal to 10 divided by negative 2 will give us negative 5. Okay, so that is the answer. So this is the final answer. Okay, if you have got questions, please you can ask in the comment section. Basically, this is how you do this question. Okay, so we come to question B. Question B is as follows. So Question 1b is as follows. A pencil case has 18 pens, of which 6 are red, 3 are black, and the rest are blue pens. A pen is taken at random from the mathematical set. What is the probability that it is blue? Okay, now let's look at this information given. We are told that the bag contains 18 pens. Now, these 18 pens are combination of colors. We are also told that this bag, which has 18 pens, 6 of them are red. So you can say 6 are red. 3 of them are black. So we have 3 black pens. Okay, and then they said the rest are blue pen. Now we don't know how many are blue, so we indicate them by X. So X is blue pen. Now, when you look at this information given, again, when it comes to the question, they're asking us to find what is the probability that it is a blue pen. Now, look at that. Blue pen, we don't know how many blue pens are there. And then they want us to find the probability of the number of the probability of picking a blue pen when we don't know even the number of blue pens that are in the bag. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to find the number of blue pens that are in the pencil case. So let's say, so what we do, we are told that the total number of pencils that are in the pencil bag, sorry, the total number of pens that are in the pencil case is 18. Okay, so that means when we add these 3 types of pens, we should get 18. Therefore, we can say 6, the number of red pens, plus 3, the number of black pens, plus X, the number of blue pens, should give us or is equal to 18. Okay, so what we do first, we evaluate this. We say 6 plus 3 will give us 9, plus X is equal to 18. Then what we do now here, we put like terms together. We say X is equal to 18 plus, sorry, not 18 plus, but 18 minus 9 will close the equal sign and becomes minus 9, which will give us X is equal to, so 18 minus 9 will give us 9. So the number of blue pens is 9. So where there's X, we can even put 9 there. Okay, now we have known the number of blue pens that are in the pencil case. Now we can go ahead and find the probability of these blue pens. The probability that the pen that was picked is blue. We can go ahead and find the probability that the pen which was picked was blue. So what we're going to do is we're going to say probability of picking a blue pen. Okay, probability of picking a blue pen is equal to, so the number of blue pens in the pencil case is 9. The total number of pencils in the pencil case is 18. Okay, now once we've found this, the next thing now is now this is the raw probability. Now we can reduce it to its lowest term so that we can get the actual probability. Now to do that, we're going to divide the numerator, and we're going to divide, sorry, it's not plus, it's division there. We're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 9. Now, why have I picked 9? What I did is I looked for a highest common factor of 18 and 9, a number that can go in 9 and 18 without leaving a remainder. And I found that 9 itself can go into 9 and 18 without leaving a remainder. So when we divide 9 divided by 9 will give us 1. 18 divided by 9 will give us 2. And this is the probability of picking a blue pen in the bag that contains 18 pencils. Okay, so if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, this is what you do when you are faced with such a question. Okay, if there are questions, please use the comment section. Please ask in the comment section. And then I'm also asking you to share this video with other people. Please make sure share this video with other people. Now, before I solve question, I solve question 1C, I want you to attempt it. Let me see the answer that you get. Write your answer in the comment section. Okay, so question C is um, given that B or matrix B is equal to 12, -4, 2, 8, and matrix C is equal to 13, 4, -2, -1. Now the actual question is find the matrix C minus B. Okay, so I want you to work out this one. Please try to work out this one. Let's see what you get. Okay, so what answer did you get? Okay, write your answer in the comment section if you found the answer. So what you can do now here to solve this one, what you can do is you can say, now we get this expression which is c minus b, and then we go ahead and replace. So the matrix C is this one. So here you need also to be very careful. You pay attention to the expression given. I've seen other students, because B is written first in the statement, they want to put B on the left side. Meantime, has been transferred to the right side. So you make sure you follow the expression. So first we write the matrix C, which is 13, 4, negative 2, negative 1, cross bracket minus, then we go to B, which is 10, negative 4, then 2, then 8, like that. Okay, now once we have done that, the next thing we can do is now we can work out that. So how do we work out that one? What we do is, when you're subtracting matrices, the corresponding elements um, are the ones that you find the difference. Okay, so the corresponding elements are those elements that are occupying similar position in different matrices. Okay, so we have 13 which occupies the 13 which occupies the similar position as 12. So the corresponding element of 13 is 12. So we're going to say 13 minus 12 in brackets. Then again, we're going to say the corresponding element of 4 is negative 4. So we're going to say 4 minus negative 4 in brackets. Then the corresponding element of negative 2 is 2. So we're going to have negative 2 minus 2 in brackets. Okay, this is 2. Okay, then open bracket. Then we are going to have the corresponding element of negative 1 is 8. So we have negative 1 minus 8, not minus negative 8, but minus 8. Then again in bracket, and all of that in the brackets of that. Then we say equal to. Then what we do is we just find the difference. So 13 minus 12 will give us 1. Remember, this is 3. 13 minus 12 will give us 1. 4 minus negative 4. This is more or less like we have 4 minus negative 4 in bracket, like that. Then we say 4, then negative times negative 4 will give us positive 4, the laws of integers. Okay, then we say 4 plus 4 will give us 8. That is the one we're going to write here. So here we're going to put 8. Then we come here, negative 2 minus 2. Okay, so what we do is, if the signs are the same, we maintain the sign, which is the negative. Then we say we combine the numbers, which is 2 and 2 give us 4. Then we say the same principle we apply it here. The sign is the same, so we say negative. Then we combine 1 and 8, it gives us 9, like that. Now this is the matrix when we subtract matrix C from matrix when we subtract matrix B from matrix C, we get this matrix below, which is 1, 8, negative 4, negative 9. Okay, so basically that's how you work out this matrix. If you have got questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. Please, if you are watching this video after um it has after our live session has ended, please make sure that before you watch the entire video, keep on pausing the video so that you attempt the questions. Remember, we are a platform that creates an opportunity for you guys to practice. So please make sure you practice. Remember, practice makes perfect. So if you want to be perfect in mathematics, let's practice mathematics. Okay, we go to the next question, which is question D. Okay, question D is as follows. Given the radius R and the height h of a cylinder, complete the flowchart for calculating and displaying the volume of the cylinder. Okay, so what we are given radius, so we're going to write R there and height there. So we're going to enter radius and height. Now, once we have entered that, now we need to calculate the volume. So the formula for volume is pi radius squared times h. Okay, that is the formula for radius. Okay, so pi r squared give us the area of the base and the height, that is the height of the cylinder, which will give us c. We use that formula to give us the volume. Now, once we have done that, what we have next is the actual volume of the cylinder. Okay, like that, you have filled the flowchart correctly. So that's how you fill the flowchart. Okay, we come to question 2. Question 2, we are asked to find the value of 101,1010 in base 2 divided by 11 in base 2, giving your answer in base 2. So we need to find that the quotient of that expression in base 2. Okay, so let me write the expression. So the expression we have is 1 0 1 1 0 1 0. Okay, in base 2 divided by 1 1 in base 2. What will be the quotient? Okay, so to find the quotient of this expression, what we're going to do is we're going to use long division. So long division, we are going to put 1 1 here, and the dividend will be here 1 0 1 1 0 1 0. Okay, so you can ignore the base numbers, it's okay, but during the giving the final answers, you put the base number or you can include them. Okay, so what we do is now we start dividing. 1 1 into 1, it can't. 1 1 into 1 0, it can't. 1 1 into 1 0 1. So we try 1 1 into this, it will give us 1. So when we multiply 1 times 1 1 will give us 1 1. Okay, then what we do, we say 1, then we subtract, then we say 1 minus 1 will give us 0. Okay, 0 minus 1, it can't, so we borrow 1 from this 1 here, we remain with the 0. Then when it comes here, it becomes 2. Okay, when it comes here, it becomes 2. Then we say 2 minus 1 will give us 1. Okay, that is the answer, 1 0. Okay, then we say 1 1 into 1 0, it can't. So what do? We drop this 1 here. Okay, it becomes 1 0 1. Then we say 1 1 into 1 0 1, it will go 1 time. Then 1 times 1 1 will give us 1 1, and then we find the difference. Then we say 1 minus 1 will give us 0. 0 minus 1, it can't. We borrow 1 from here. That means here we remain with 0. Here we have 2. Here we have 2. Then 2 minus 1 will give us 1. Okay, then we have 1 0. Now we say 1 1 into 1 0, it can't. So what do? We drop this 0. Okay, we drop this 0. Sorry, not there. We drop this 0 up to here. Okay, then we have 0 here. Okay, so what do we do now? What do we do? Since we have dropped this 0 up to here, then we say 1 1 into 100. 1 1 into 100. Okay, so what you need to understand is this. Always when you divide, the answer is 1. Okay, so for instance, let me show you. We have 1 1. 1 1, when we say 1 1 in base 10 is 3. Now 1 0 1 in base 2 is what? Okay, so meaning this one will have place value of 1s, 2s, and 4s. So this is 4. Okay, then we say how many times will this go? It will go 3 into this, it will go 1 time. Okay, it will go 1 time, remainder 1. So same applies in here. 1 1 into 1 0 0, it will go one time. 1 times 1 1, it will give us 1 1. Okay, then what do we do now? We find the difference. So we do like this. Then we say 0 minus 1, it can't. So can we borrow 1 from 0? No. So what we do, we get 2 here and bring it here. Okay, then when we bring it here, then we say uh, again, we borrow 1 from 2, we remain with 1 here, then here we remain with, we have 2. Okay, then we say 2 minus 1 will give us 1. Then 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. So here the answer important is only 1. Okay, then what do we do now? So what we do is now we say 1 1 into 1, it can't. So what do? We borrow this one down here. Okay, then it becomes 1 1. So you say 1 1 into 1 1, it will go one time. Okay, 1 times 1 1, it will be 1. Then we find the difference is 1 1 minus 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, then is there any remainder that we have remained with? No. So now at this stage, what we do, even in base 10, we don't drop this 0. Since there is no remainder, what we do, we consider this 0 as a number we have not used. So we take it up there on top. So we add this 0 to the quotient. Okay, now once we have done that, that means our calculation has ended. So we can say dividing 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 in base 2 by 1 1 in base 2 will give us this answer, which is 4 1. So we say 1 1 1, again 1, then we put 0 in base 2, and this is the answer. So this is the answer the examiners were looking for. Now there is also another way that you can do this one, which involves two steps. First, you convert the numbers into base 10, then you divide them in base 10, then later on the quotient you get, you take it back into base 2. You take it back into base 2, and that the answer you get is the same as that one. Okay, so if you want me to show you how you do that one, if this one proves to be a challenge, you can write in the comment section that requesting me to do this other method. Okay, now we have answered question 2a, we go to question 2b. Okay, so question 2b was as follows. Remember, this is the paper that the students at St. Patrick Girls Secondary School wrote. So this is how the examiners or the teachers that set this paper expected learners to work out the questions. Okay, so what we can do now is we can come to question 2b. Okay, question 2b, we have got this expression. Okay, so I've got this expression. So what do we do to get this one done? So what you can do either way, either to multiply the upper equation by 2 and then you do nothing to the second equation, or you can multiply the upper equation by 4 and you multiply the lower equation by 2. So let me just multiply the ones that are on top. Okay, so when we multiply that, we have 2 times 2a will give us 4a. Why am I doing this? I want to get rid of one variable, either a or b. Okay, so I've chosen to get rid of the variable a. That's why I'm multiplying by 2. Then plus uh, b times 2 will give us 2b, which is equal to 3 times 2 will give us 6. Okay, then I'm going to write the equation down just the way it is, like that, which is equal to negative 3. Okay, now to get rid of 4a, since both are positives, I'm going to subtract 4a minus 4a will give us 0. So I can either write 0 or just leave it like that. Then I have got 2b minus negative 7b. So it's more or less like I have got, let me show here. I've got an expression which is 2 minus negative 7b. Okay, So I'm going to write 2, then negative times negative 7 will give us positive 7, so that we have positive 7. So remember, there are b's here, they have got variables which are b. Then we say 2b plus 7b will give us 9b. Okay, so 9b there, which is equal to, then something happens, we have got 6 minus negative 3, which will give us 6. Then negative times negative 3 will give us positive 3. Then we say 6 plus 3 will give us 9. So which is equal to 9, like that. So you can ignore 0. You can't even write 0. You can ignore it. Then what do? We need to find the value of b. So we divide both sides by 9 and this side by 9. Okay, which will give us b. Let me just write it down, which will give us b is equal to, so 9 will be cancelled out and this one will cancel out. 9 into 9, or 9 divided by 9 will give us 1. So the value of b is 1. Okay, now once we have found the value of b, what we can do, we can pick any equation there and use it for us to find the value of a. So what we can do is we can pick any equation. Let me pick the one which is on top. 2a plus b is equal to 3. Okay, so where there is a, we put 1. So we have 3, sorry, where there is a, we put 1. So we have 2a, so where there is a, we put 1. Sorry, where there is a, it remains a like that. I don't know what I'm saying now. Where there is a, we say 2a plus, where there is b, we found the value of b, we put 1, which is equal to 3. Okay, so what we do is we put like terms together. So we have 2a is equal to 3. Then 1 will close the equal sign. Since it's a positive, it will become a negative. So we have minus 1, like that. Then we have 2a is equal to, so 3 minus 1 will give us 2. So now to find the value of a, what we're going to do is we're going to divide both sides by 2. Okay, and this side by 2. So this 2 and this 2 cancel each other out, leaving us with a, which is equal to, then we say 2 divided by 2 will give us 1. And this is the final answer. Okay, this is the final answer. That is the value of a. Okay, a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1. Okay, so if you have got questions, please try to put ones where there is b in both equations. You'll find that it will be equal. Now in this case, since we use the first equation, all we need to do to prove if our answer is correct, we just use the second equation, which is 4a minus 7b is equal to negative 3. So what we do, we put the value of variables, which we can say 4, then a, what is the value of a? We found a to be 1. So we will say 1 minus 7. The value of b, we found it to be 1. Then we put 1 there, and then we say is equal to negative 3. Then when we evaluate this and this, what do we get? So 4 times 1 will give us 4 minus, sorry, let me not even put minus in advance. We say negative 7 times 1 will give us negative 7. Please, if the number which was in bracket was a negative number, then we could have gotten a positive answer. So we don't need to write the sign area before we multiply. Until we multiply, then we can determine the sign that follows. Then we say which is equal to negative 3. Okay, then once we do this, then we can find the difference. Now remember, like I said earlier on, we have got two numbers with different signs on the left side of the equal sign. So what we do is we consider the number which is big. Now here I'm talking about the quantity, the number with the bigger quantity. We have got um, 7 negatives and we have got 4 positives. So we know that the negatives are main than the positives. So we maintain the negative sign. So then we find the difference of 7 and 4, which is 3, which is equal to negative 3. Now, if both numbers on the right side and the left side, if both numbers on the right and on the left are the same, then the answer is correct. So basically, that's how you prove your answer. Okay, so if you have got questions, I'm here to also answer them. Okay, Okay, to answer this one, I'm going to take you to a software that we can use to answer this one. Let me see. To answer this one, let me take you somewhere where we can. Okay, so to answer this one, let's use a different software that has got those equipments. Sorry. Okay. Okay, to answer this one, we are going to use this platform. I hope we are seeing what is happening. Let me just go and copy this one again. Okay. Okay, so this is the question that came into C. So what I want to do is I'm going to use the geometric instruments that are here. These are the ones that are going to help me to go to answer that question. So I'm also going to have a protractor there. Okay, so this is how you go about this question. So first, um, let me bring these down here. I'm going to bring them down here. and okay, so that okay, we're going to bring these down here like this. So I got two rulers. Let me get rid of one. Okay, so how do you answer this one? Okay, I haven't even gone through it. I want to just work it out here. Given that triangle is, sorry, given that triangle ABC is such, AB is equal to 10 centimeter, AC is equal to 9 centimeter, and BC is equal to 8.5. Using geometrical instruments, one, construct triangle ABC, that is 1 mark. 2, measure and write down the size of the angle BAC. 3, bisect the sides AC and BC and let the bisectors meet at O, and that is 2 marks. Then 4, with center O, draw a circle which touches the 3 vertices of triangle ABC. Okay, so that's the question we have. So first thing, what we're going to do is we're going to start by drawing the lines. Okay, so what you need to do is, as you are answering such a question, these are the precautions that I would urge you students to take as you answer this question. One of it is, make sure you mark or you prick where your points are. Okay, where the points are, you prick. For me, I'm not going to be pricking because this is a screen, so there is a likelihood that I may make a mistake, which you are going also to see. Okay, so you make sure you prick where you are, where your points are. So let me draw a line AB, a line AB. So I'm trying to draw a line AB here, which is 10 centimeters. So let me draw the line AB. So the line AB will be up to 10 centimeters. So you make sure you end at 10 centimeter exactly. Okay, now once you have done this, before you even name them, the thing I want to encourage you to do is prick the points. Prick the points where AB is. Okay, you prick the points using the metal arm of the compass. Okay, now once you have done that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to name these points. So this one is sorry. Okay, this one is A because I didn't write properly there. Okay, so this one will be called A and this one is B. Okay, now we have drawn the line A, B. Now next we draw the line which is AC, which is equal to 9 centimeter. So now how do we do this? We don't know even the angle AB, the angle on A will have, if we consider the angle BAC, we don't know even the size of that angle. So for us to draw that line to be very difficult. So what do we do? What we need to do is get the compass. Okay, we bring the compass here. Okay, we bring the compass here like this. Then what we do is, sorry, as we are bringing it on the line, then we also bring the ruler again like that. Okay, for it to be easier for us. So what I need to do is I just extend this line up to 9 centimeters, since AC is equal to 9 centimeters. So I extend the line up to 9 centimeters like that. Okay, then what I will do now is to draw the arc. Now where I draw the arc, I should make sure that it's going to meet. Okay, so where I draw the arc, I make sure that it's going to meet. So I'm going to draw a arc like this one here. Okay, so I want to draw a arc where I believe it's going to meet on um as I draw the arc, which is which is going to come from B. Okay, so once I've done that, the next thing I can do now is I will bring the compass and then measure 8.5. Okay, so this was 9, so I'll bring it on 8.5. I hope we are able to see that is 8.5. Now what I'll do is I'll change the arm and put it on B. I'm going to put it on point B. Sorry, there I've drawn the arc that has gone beyond. Before I draw the other arc, let me just see. remove this other arc I drew. Okay, there. Okay, the arc I drew face was up to there. So I don't know how it's extended. So let me reduce the size to 8.5 centimeter, just like that. Then what I do, I'm going to change the arm of the compass. The metal arm will be on B. Why am I putting on B and I've measured 8.5? I want to determine where the line point C will be from B. Okay, the point C will be from B. Now we are told that the distance between B and C is 8.5. That's why I've measured that and I want to draw the arc. So what I'll do, I'm going to bring, this arc will be shorter. I'm going to bring my compass there and draw the arc like that. It is shorter because you know where the other arc is. So like that. Okay. So you can draw a longer arc. It's okay. Okay. Once we have done that, what we can do now is we get the compass. We get the compass from here, and then what we do is we draw the lines. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come on B and draw a line that passes there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to come on B. Okay, okay, so I'm going to draw a line. I don't know what is happening with me. This one is trying to let me down. Okay, if it's trying to misbehave, let me use the ruler, even if it takes time. Sorry, it's worth it. Let me show you exactly what you do rather than just being scared of the work that it comes with. Let me see. Okay, always I have challenges I'm drawing the lines using the ruler so I can. Okay, so the line can even go beyond the point. It's okay. All you need to do is you make sure. Okay, then we draw like that. Then again what we do is I'm going to bring this ruler to this side. Okay, then put it here like that. Then okay, like that. Then I can bring it down here. Okay, then we draw like, sorry, there the point is not exact. That's why I wanted to use that method. So I make sure it is at the point like that. Okay, let me see. Okay, like that. Now there again on top, it seems off a bit. So this is the challenge I usually have. So let me see if the line will work, because I don't want to show you something that is bad. So let me see. No, again only drawing. Okay, so here the challenge I'm having is for me to come out the fixed point. Now that like that, it won't give me the correct answer. Let me try to do this so that I can see if I can. Okay, like that. Now let me see if I can twist it a bit. Okay, so when I twist it on top, that means also down it is bending. It's not going to be on the position. So if you have a ruler, you use a ruler. Now, here the concept I'm teaching now here is that that's how you come up with the line. That's how you come up with a triangle with the measurements if the angles are not given, but the length of lines are given. Okay, so I've tried to play with it. So that is the line I've come up with. Now, that is now the triangle I've come up with. And that is, if you take a ruler and measure the distance here and here, you see that AC will be equal to 9 centimeter. The difference will be just minimal because I'm not pricking the corners, and you can see how I've struggled to put the ruler at the points. Then we can now name this party to be C. So what we can do is we can come here and name this point to be C, this one. Okay. So you can name it even before you draw the line. Immediately you finish marking the axe, you can also uh, write the name as point C. Now, once you have done that, now we can go to question 2. This means that question 1 is fully answered. So we come to measure to question 2, which is measure and write down the size of the angle BAC. So BAC, we are told to find the value of this angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the protractor and bring it here. Okay, so where you put the protractor, you put it somewhere here. Now you can see my drawings are not all that perfect because I was using the ruler, which I find to be a challenging when it comes. But this line should have been at the edge here, at the point. Now, if you have pricked those, you should even be feeling that the pencil will feel the pothole, the hole which is there as you draw the line. So you make sure that you prick the lines. For me, I'm not pricking. That's why you see some difficulties. So in terms of accuracy, I may not be very accurate, but uh, the procedures I'm taking are the ones that you take. Okay, now when we come to this, have we large the protractor, we can see the reading on the protractor. We have got 50 here, and then we are using the outer numbers. We are using the outer numbers that are starting on the right side, that are starting on 0 going to 180. So we are using the outer numbers. So we can see we have 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 there on top. Then we can see the smaller marks there, which is 51, 52, 53. So the angle there is 53 roughly. So someone can find 53.5, someone can find 52.5, someone can even find 54. Now, because of this line, this one which is not accurate, maybe that's why I found even 53 degrees. So that is the value of that angle. Okay. Now we have answered question 2 again correctly. That's how you mark it, and that's how you write the size of the angle that on that arc. Then now the next question is question 3, which is bisect the sides AC and BC and rate the bisectors meet at O. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to get the protractor. Now we put the ruler and we're going to get the compass. We put the protractor and the ruler aside, then we bring the compass here. So the line we need to bisect is AC. That is the one which is given, AC. So we start with AC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this um, compass, put it on this point, then uh, twist it, then do this. Then what I'm going to do now here is I'm going to get the length that is longer than 9 centimeters. So anything 7, 6 is okay. So if we get 7 centimeter like that, then we make sure it is there. Then we get the arc. So as I'm going to do the arc, I'm going to change the color that I'm going to use for this arc. So let me draw the arcs for this one. Okay, I'm going to draw it like this. Let's hope as we come to draw the arcs, it's going to meet. So the first arcs are usual for me longer. The reason is I just want to make sure that the other arc will pass through. Okay, then you come here, you put the compass here on the point. So if you have pricked the points, that means you put the arc without changing the length of this the arm dimension without changing the length. Where the width of the arms will be maintained, then what you do is you draw the arcs on these points again. I'll come this side and draw the points just like that. So let me, it's too wide, let me just start even nearby. Okay, like that. Okay, now once we have done that, we can get the compass and put it aside. Then what we can do is we can draw a line. Let me check if my line thing will work here. Let me see. Okay, okay, now it has worked. So again, what I want to do is I want to use the red color. So I'll come here and choose the red color because that's the one I use. So I want the arcs that I've drawn, and I use the until I complete drawing the arcs. I use the identical colors. I use the same colors. Let me say I use the same colors until I have finished uh, dealing with the until I've bisected the line. So now, like that, I've bisected the line AC like that. So I've bisected the line AC correctly. That's how you bisect the line AC. Now, question 3 is also asking us to bisect BC. So what I'm going to pick green, then I'm going to draw the arcs. Okay. So that means I'm going to draw the first arc. I'm going to draw it. So let me draw the first arc. Okay. So the first arc will be here like that. Sorry, like that. Okay, like that. I hope it's going to be crossed. Then I'm going to also draw the arc somewhere outside like that. Okay, always like I've told you, I always make sure that the arcs the first arcs are bigger, so that I maximize the chance of the arcs meeting. Okay, all right, there is no big deal with making your arcs to be bigger, more especially when you're dealing with these questions, unless there are a lot of drawings. Okay, okay, like that. Then here I'm talking to grade 9s, so please, if you're in grade 12, bear with me. I'm talking to grade 9s. You draw the axe like that. Okay, then that means now we have done to bisect the line BC. So what I'll do is I'll come here and also again pick the color green, then draw a line that crosses these 2 points. Okay, like that. Okay, so I'm using green color to bisect the line BC. So I've bisected the line BC like that. Okay, now the question, we have finished bisecting the lines BC and AC. However, the question is also telling us, and let the bisectors meet at O. So we can tell that, let me use blue, which I'm using. This is O. Okay, so we have answered question 3 completely and correctly. That's how you answer it. Excuse me. So we come to question 4, which is with center O, draw a circle which touches the um, 3 vertices of triangle ABC. So for us to use this, for us to draw this, we are going to get a compass. Okay, when we get the compass, we are going to put the metal arm on point O, where the two bisectors met. Then what we do, then we get the pencil and put it at the edge here. Okay, now to draw this one, I'm going to use a different color, that is uh, which one can I use? Maybe I can use this one. Then I'm going to draw the circle, because they want us to draw the circle which touches point C, B, and A. Okay, which touches points A, B, C. Now, when they say vertices, they are saying the edges or the corners of the triangles, not the edges really, but the corners of the triangles. So, of the triangle, sorry. So, what we do is now we can draw the circle that touches those 2 points. Okay, sorry. As long as the circle touches the 3 vertices of a triangle, that means our working out is well. We have worked out these points very well. So basically, that's how you go about this question. If you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. I was trying just to zoom it so that you can see properly. So this is how we have drawn, and this is how I've answered the question. And basically, this is how you answer this question. So please, if you have got questions, you can ask me in the comment section. And if you have got any question on construction that has given you challenges, please write it in the comment section. Give it to us. Let us help you on how to answer it. So basically, that's how we go about this question. Okay, so we use this software to answer this question because it has got construction uh, equipment. Now let's go back to our our paper. Okay, so we come back to this one. We have answered it. So we go to question to section B. We have done section A. We have answered all the 2 questions. Now we come to section A. What happens is with section B, sorry, we have answered all the questions in section A. Now we come to section B. What happens with section B is, what happens with section B is that, what happens with section A, you answer all the questions. But with section B, you only answer 3 questions, and there are 6 questions in this section. So for me, I'm going to answer all the questions. There is no question that I'll leave out because I don't know which question you can choose. So I'm not going to choose any 3. For you, you choose. So don't follow what I'm doing here. You answer all the questions. More especially if they have told you to answer 5 questions, don't say I'll answer all the 5 questions from section B. It doesn't work like that. The questions in section A are compulsory. That means you need to answer them. Whether they are difficult for you or not, you need to answer them. If you answered all the 5 questions from section B, the marker will only mark 3 questions. Okay, that's all. And those are the first 3 questions. The marker won't be searching for the ones that you want to mark from. You just pick the 3 first questions you have answered and marks those, and you get marks from those. So to maximize the chance of getting higher marks, make sure you attempt all the 2 questions from section A. Okay, now let's go to question 3A, which is the diagram below shows some of the relationship between the variables x and y. Okay, so the first question is find the function that describes the relationship between x and y. Okay, so to find the function that describes the relationship between x and y, what we need to do is first we need to come up with the frame for the function. So the frame for the function is y, sorry, the frame for the function is y is equal to m, which is a gradient, x plus c, which is a constant. Okay, so what we need to do first here is we need to find the gradient. Okay, so to find the gradient, I'm going to go this side and then say gradient is equal to, then we say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so to do this, what we're going to do is to find the value of the gradient, we're going to pick 2 points. Okay, so let's pick this point here. Okay, and also let's pick this point here. Okay, so we are saying this point, let's start with this point. This point we'll call it P, and this one we'll call it Q. Don't worry about the names. They are not even important. I just want to make it so clear that you understand what is going on here. So what are the coordinates for the point P? Okay, the coordinates for the point P are, we can say the coordinates, so the reading of x-axis is 1, comma, y-axis is 2. That is the coordinates for P. The coordinates for Q, we can say coordinates for Q is equal to, what is the reading of x on Q is 2, comma, the reading of y on Q is 4. We close bracket like that. Okay, so for the coordinates. So what we can do now, since in Q is coming later, we are starting with the point to reach point P. From 0, we're reaching point P, then point Q. So that means we can have the reading of y on point Q is 4, then minus, then the reading of y on point P is 2, then over, then y x2 is 2 minus x1 is 1. Then we can evaluate that 4 minus 2 will give us 2. 2 minus 1 will give us 1. So we have that fraction. Then when we evaluate that fraction, 1 over 2 over 1, so it's more or less like we're saying 2 divided by 1 give us 2. So the gradient is 2. So we can come here where I've got the frame for the function, which is y, then is equal to, where this gradient, which is m, we're going to put 2, then we have 2x, then plus c. Now, the next point we need to find is the value of the constant, which is c. Okay, to find the value of the constant, we are going to use the same function we have come up with, the frame of the function we have come up with, which is this one, which is y. So we come on the right side of the screen, we say y is equal to 2x plus c. Okay, plus c. So what do we do now? We say we get this point here. Okay, this point will help us to get the coordinates. So this point we can call it s. Okay, we call it s. So get the coordinates for s. So we can say coordinates for s, we say s is equal to, the coordinates for s is in. So we know that the reading of x is 3 and the reading of y is in 6. So we have the coordinate which is 6 comma, which is 3 comma 6. So what we do, where there is y, we put 6. Okay, then we say is equal to 2. Now where there is x, the reading on this point is 3. So we put 3 where there is x with cross bracket, then plus c. So what we do, we evaluate this first. So we have 6 is equal to, then we say 2 times 3 will give us 6, which is equal to, which is 6 plus c. Then what we do is we put like terms together. So we have 6, then this 6 will cross the equal sign and become negative 6, which is equal to c. Okay, so now what we can do is now we subtract 6 minus 6 will give us 0. Okay, 6 minus 6 will give us 0. We take away 6 from 6, we will remain with nothing. So we have 0 is equal to c. So we can come here, or where we're writing the function, we can come up with a function which is y is equal to 2x plus c plus c. The value of c we found is 0. So we have 0 there. Then 2x plus 0 will be 2x. 2x plus 0 will be 2x. And this is the function. So here on question 1, we can come and write. So let me just remove this so that it doesn't confuse you. Let me remove the coordinates for s, which we wrote here. Okay, so here what we do is now we are going to write the value, the function we found, which is y is equal to 2x. This is the function. Okay, now can you get a mark if you wrote y is equal to x plus 0? Yes, you can still get the mark, because when you use both functions, they will give you the same answer. So now to be seen as someone who knows what he's doing, you just get rid of 0. Okay, so you just evaluate that and come up with this function. So that is the function. Okay, so now I want to give you some seconds. I want you to find the value of x when y is equal to 9. So write your answers in the comment section. I'm giving you 30 seconds to solve this one. Okay, find the value of x when y is equal to 9. Okay, so what is the answer you got? What answer did you get? Okay, so how do you do this one? How do you find the value of x when y is equal to 9? So what you do is, first you use the function we found, which is y is equal to 2x. Then what we do is we put where there is y, where we put 9, because that's what we are taught, y is equal to 9. So we have 9 is equal to 2x. Okay, we want to find the value of x. So what we do is we divide both sides by 2, so that we remain with x on one side of the equal sign. So we divide both sides by 2. Okay, now once we do that, what we get? So these 2 and these 2 cancel each other out, so we write x like that. Then 9 divided by 2 give us 4.5. Okay, 4.5. So the value of x is 4.5. Okay, if you have got questions, please you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, this is how you find this. This is how you work out this question. Okay, so let's go to the next question, which is uh, B, which is given that y is equal to, now this is question 3b, which is y is equal to, given that y is equal to ax minus b over 2 minus a. Make a the subject of the formula. So what I'm going to do first, we're going to write the expression, which is y is equal to ax minus b over 2 minus a. Okay, 2 minus a. Okay, so what do we do now? First of all, we need to get rid of the fractions. So that means we multiply both sides by 2 minus a. So we multiply both sides by 2 minus a, like that. And this side we also multiply by 2 minus a, like that. Okay, so how do we do it? So we start y times 2 give us 2y. Then y minus y times negative a will give us negative a y, negative a y, which is equal to, then this one and this one, they'll cancel each other out, leaving us with a x minus b. Okay, now once I've done that, the next thing we need to do is we need to make a the subject of the formula. That is the question we are given. Okay, that's the task we are given. So what do? We put like terms together. Anything that contains a, we put it on one side of the equal sign. We put it on one side of the equal sign. So what we can do is we can write like this. Okay, so it doesn't matter the side where a is. It is okay on each side, on any side it is. Okay, so you can have 2y. Okay, then b will cross the equal sign and become plus b, which is equal to a x. Then you cross the equal sign and become ay. Okay, then what do we do now? Once we have this, what we can do is now we factorize this part. So that means we're going to write 2y plus b, which is equal to, then what do? Is we factorize that. So factorize that, the way you're getting differentiate with these two things is a. So we have a, then a is the common factor, when we say A into X, it will go X times it will go X times, then A into AY, it will go what is Y times like that. Okay? Now that is what we do. Now what we do is now left is we divide both sides by X plus Y. Divide both sides by X plus Y like that. Okay? So what we do now is we do the actual so that means this one and this one on top will cancel each other out, leaving us with A, which is equal to, then we have 2y plus b over x plus y, like that. Now, that way we have made A the subject of the formula. That's how you make the subject of the formula, like that. Okay, now we can go to the next question, which is question 3C. We can come to question 3C, which is a businessman pays his workers at the rate of 12 kwacha per hour, and the rate of overtime is time and quarter. A particular worker whose normal working time is 56 hours in a particular week worked for 76 hours. How much did the businessman pay this worker as his total wage? Okay, so what we need to do is we need to find the total wage. So to find the total wage, we can use the expression total total sorry total wage is equal to, so what is there is normal income plus, okay, plus normal income plus, so plus what, plus over time, plus over time. Okay, normal income plus over time. So how much is the normal income? So we are told the normal rate is 12 kwacha per 1 hour. So we say 12 kwacha times how many normal hours to work in a week is 56. So times 56 hours. Then this in bracket, then we say plus, then overtime. We're told overtime is time and quarter. Now, time and quarter, they are saying the amount that is being charged now, quarter of it is for overtime. So, if you work overtime, that means the normal charge per hour, they will add only a quarter of that. So, what is the quarter of 12? So, when you divide 12 into 4 equal parts, it will give us 3. So, 3 plus 12 will give us 15. So that means pay 1 hour of overtime earns a worker 15 kwacha. 1 hour of overtime earns a worker 15 kwacha. Okay, so we say 15 kwacha times overtime. Now, we are told normal hours per week is 56 hours. Now, this worker worked 76. So we find the difference of 76 and 56, which is 20 hours.